shots.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Clear Shots. We're brighter than last time. The camera is a little bit better now.
We got the balance on.
We got the balance.
We got the dubby going.
We got the dubby energy. Yep, go over there. We'll just, pipe that in real quick.
Yeah, just jot a quick dubby on that box so people know that it's full of energy.
So it's a powder form energy. You just put it in the water like this.
You shake it.
And you give it a little shake. All right, you don't have to do it down there. You could do it up higher or whatever. Make it look a little bit more professional. But then you're going to go to w.gg and you're going to use the Clear Shots promo code. It's right there on your screen. And you're going to get 10% off.
You got to get the blue.
Feel good because he seems to feel really good.
You got to get the blue one. You got to get the blue one. I just blew myself.
Yeah. I got my you can also go over to clearshotspodcast.com and check out this kind of stuff. We got this mug here. It's always been on sale for like a long time.
It's always it actually
it's got all the old
we found
logos.
the mug. We found the mug at the store and then we built the podcast around it.
Yeah.
It's always been about the mug.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This was like a thrift store buy.
Yeah. Estate something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what's up, man? We got playoffs coming up.
We got playoffs coming up. Yeah, we're wearing football stuff here.
Yeah.
Unintentionally. Well, we didn't really coordinate
we
that.
Don't. First off, nothing. We don't coordinate ever. Like, even when it is coordinated, the plans change.
Yeah.
Like 4 times in a row because I always misinterpret the rules.
Yeah. I misinterpreted the rules.
Like, I got so excited today when I woke up and I read your message and I was like, yeah, bet that's fine, whatever. Because you said,
like, oh, that's not what's happening at all.
Yeah, you were like, yeah, I got to work at 8 today, so we got to do 2 episodes. And I was like, oh, okay. In my head, for whatever reason, I was like, he has to work at 8 in the morning, so we're gonna do 2 episodes and we're gonna hang out all night. So I was like super jazzed up, and then in the shower, I was like, wait a minute, hang on.
Yeah. We need more times where we just hang out instead of do this.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I feel like it's weird that like the only time I see you now is this.
Yeah.
We need to do
we need to chill.
Yeah.
I don't do anything really.
We gotta get the arcade machine hooked up with some camera rigs. We can do a live stream. That'd be sick.
Yeah. No, I do have to start getting out more again. It's enough is enough.
Yeah, the old getting out,
I'm just fucking tired and lazy mostly. I mean, it's not even. There's literally no excuses. I mean, that is my excuse. I just don't feel like it most of the time. I'm just so comfy, and I'm naked. This is the thing. I'm naked when I'm home most of the time, and I love not wearing clothes all the time. It's a problem. Like, I just
kind of cold for that, but
no, lots of blankets, and I always have socks on. Just in case.
That doesn't sound bad. I don't know. I feel like sometimes if I have too much free time, it's like you get to the point where like you get bored because you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I don't like I feel like when I was younger and like you're like things, you have like limitations on things. You're like, my parents were always like, you can only play until whatever time or whatever, Dude, it's like,
yeah,
that gives you like, it feels more, I don't know. It's more valuable.
You need to make the most of your time.
Yeah. And it's
because you're a kid. You don't know if you're going to fucking ever get to play your video. For me, I never knew when this time was going to be the last time because I was always getting in trouble.
Right.
So like,
right. Yeah. It could have gotten taken away or whatever.
It all constantly.
Well, fortunately I knew where they put it when they took it away, so I could just get it and start playing again. Like Cartman and the fucking the nanny episode.
Yep. Like 99% of the reason I know how to fuck with computers and video game consoles and hardware and stuff is because my parents tried everything to keep me away from a PlayStation on a Wednesday afternoon. Like
they're like trying to learn how to like hack computers to only...
I learned how to set up a second modem in our house so I could play video games upstairs. I got in a lot of trouble for that one.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's like, oh, duh, they unscrewed this thing. I'm just going to screw this thing in and bring it upstairs and screw it back in, and they'll never know.
That's fair.
And they found out after the bill came in, and they're like, why do... The bill was the same, but they was like, what is up with this, all this jazz? How is he doing this?
Yeah.
Where's this other IP address in our house?
What's all this hacking that's going on?
Yeah.
I didn't have Xbox Live for a long time until we were able to run like a wicked long Ethernet cable upstairs through the like heat duct.
I remember that.
And because there was no Wi-Fi.
Nope.
Man, it's crazy. Like there's shit is all taken for granted now. Like, just the fact that it's so easy to do everything like through Wi-Fi and like mobile networks. You're always connected to the internet. Like, dude, we had to sit there for like 5 minutes and listen to it and fucking go, yeah. And it's like, that was fucking that was stupid. And then you can't use your phone. You're like pulling your whole phone line.
I wish it, like, I think the problem with the world is that it's too easy to get online.
Well, yeah, that's part of it. Sure.
We talked about this before where it was like
not everyone should have access to like, why is it like
exactly.
Everybody acts like it should be like a human right, and it's like not really, because like what really on there that you really need to do? Like the problem is that a lot of companies want to, like, they just insist that their shit has to be filled out online or whatever. Even like job applications, like they've tried to like move to that, and it's like don't you think you're like cutting out all the people that don't have phones or whatever? Like some people don't. Like they just don't. I feel like, and then it's weird because like I feel like homeless people, they basically give them phones because they're like, you don't have, here you go. You have to be able to get a job. It's like, that's not how that should work.
Nah.
Like, let us have paper application. Like, let places have paper applications.
I feel a lot of paper applications. So I lost.
Last time I was looking for a job, every time I went somewhere, they were like, just go online and do the. I'm like, why am I here then?
Even government jobs do that. Fucking, when I came home from rehab, the post office was hiring, and they're like, inquire within, and I went in, and they're like, here you go, and they handed me a piece of paper that had like the website address on it, and I'm like, you're kidding me.
Yeah. I don't understand that at all, because it doesn't make any. You show up because you want to like make an impression, but like you're not making an impression on anybody besides the guy at the desk that's like doesn't care because he's getting off in 3 hours or whatever.
He's never coming back.
And he might never come back. Yeah. Maybe you're applying for his job.
Yeah. Like I lost my job the week before Christmas, and I've applied all over the place since then. I got a job offer yesterday, a pretty solid one. But out of all the applications I filled out, only one of them was paper. And the weirdest thing was that it was after I already applied online. So I applied online, they had me come in, and then I filled out a bunch of paperwork, which was just a paper application.
So are you like applying for an application online?
I don't know how it works, man.
Because
really
like
don't.
The reality is like when you get into a job, there's a bunch of paperwork you have to do. You don't do that all online.
Yeah.
I did most of my like house buying online, which is crazy. I only signed like a few things like in person. A lot of it is like DocuSign and stuff like that. I hate that.
But going back,
you know what that does too is it keeps you from like reading it. Like you can read it, but like most people are gonna go tap like the boxes that are.
Yeah, you're going to scroll.
Tap the initial box, and then there's probably a fill all button. It's like that shouldn't even be legal, dude. How is that even legal? Because it's not really your signature.
It is though. Legally, it is.
I guess it's legally.
You check a box.
Yeah,
and you do a CAPTCHA. Like, they don't even have you do a CAPTCHA for those things.
No, they don't.
They just go, what's the last for your social?
Yeah, and then they write that down and keep that for safekeeping.
Yeah, forever.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of things that are going to last forever, Pokemon Red. We're back. We're back to Pokemon Red.
This is episode 151, so it's a good time to talk about like original Pokemon.
I mean, that's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
We could just talk about Pokemon for the next
That's
hour.
a lot, but...
Can we go through them all? We can go through them all.
List them all?
I have the Pokédex on my phone. All of it.
Yeah, but I don't want to cheat.
We don't have to.
I can't go through... Like, I probably couldn't do it numerically, because it's Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, Charmander...
Charmeleon,
Charizard. Then does it go to Caterpie?
Caterpie, Kakuna. No, Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill.
Yeah.
And then it's like Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot. Is it Pidgeot or Pidgeot? Somebody online was saying it was Pidgeot. And I'm like, I've
always said Pidgeot.
Pidgeot is... Dude, Pidgeot sounds like something you'd call a Pidgeot that was, like, fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? That's not a Pidgeot. That's a little Pidgeot, dude. Get that little Pidgeot out of here. What's after that? Spearow, Fearow? Ekans, Arbok? Ratata,
yeah, they're down
Raticate?
there pretty low, yeah.
The Nidoran?
It kind of goes in the way that you, like, encounter them.
Yeah. It kind of does, doesn't it? You know what's
sort of.
What's
obviously it gets, that gets a little bit fogged up when you get to like Safari Zone or some shit.
Yeah, because you got like Tauros.
Yeah.
You know, Tauros is apparently the toughest guy. He's like the best guy, apparently.
Toughest guy.
That's what people say. They're like, fuck Nidoking, which is my guy. I always rock a Nidoking. Nidoking
guy. I'm sorry, but like, shouldn't like Graveler be like a tough guy?
Golem is my guy. I like Golem too, which is the guy that goes up above Graveler.
Yeah, like those kind of guys.
But I think he means like the best guy. Like Tauros is the best because he's the strongest normal type. Which is so weird to me that normal
like
is
as far as attack and stuff, yeah. Snorlax is great.
Snorlax is my guy
because
I got my team.
Dude, like he just goes, I don't care. Whatever you're hitting me with doesn't matter.
I got this new app called Pokédex, and it lets you put your fucking Pokemon teams in this app and keep track of them that way.
Oh, so does it track it by game? You can organize it by game.
So I got this set by Pokemon Red right now. It's nasty, and it shows the stat averages, and then you can it shows you the type coverage and the move coverage.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, give me that.
Fucking nasty. But my team right now, I'm on the 5th gym, so everybody's like low 30s, mid 30s, right? I feel like it's set.
Is the 5th gym psychic?
Yeah,
because I always felt like it was like those 3 basic ones, then electric, and then
it goes rock, water, electric, grass.
Oh, it does electric then grass.
Mm-hmm. And then, or I think you could do those in any order. You can do
that's what I've heard.
You do,
I think from
Brock,
last
Misty.
Time.
Yeah. You could do those next 3 or 4 in any order.
Because I always try to go like linearly because I don't know. I know the older games, so I can mostly figure that out, which is why I use all the repels, because I'm like, I know where I have to go. Stop stopping me.
What's the what is the 5th gym? Is it psychic?
It's like that or ghost or something, probably, right?
Poison.
It could be that.
It's like poison.
But poison is there even a poison gym? Like, because I feel like all the
Koga?
rockets that you fight are fucking.
Isn't Koja or Koga poison?
Yeah.
Or is he fighting? No, fighting is the different gym. Fighting is a separate
Fighting's
thing.
like a dojo thing.
Yeah.
Usually.
I got Hitmonchan. Is that a good move? I feel like Hitmonchan's better than Hitmonlee. Brian was saying...
I always liked Hitmonlee better.
Brian was saying Hitmonchan because you can do the elemental punches.
Yeah.
They don't have the elemental kicks. But... Hitmonlee learns jumping high kick or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I think Hitmonlee's like stats are better or something. I don't know. I read something about it, but
yeah. But that's 151 Pokemon. That's all of them right there. Fucking I always forget.
That's it. Yeah, that is all of them.
I always forget about like that middle, like from like a number like 70 to like 100. You forget like Exeggutor, fucking Magmar, Electabuzz, Kangaskhan.
Yeah.
Never use any of them ever. Tangela? Who the fuck rocks a Tangela?
Yeah,
bro?
seriously. Some of those like that are weird because they don't have evolution forms, and then you're just like,
and you're like, well, what do I do with this guy?
You just have them. It's just another one that they can have, so you can check another one off, and then it's a collecting game.
Far-fetched. That's a guy.
Far-fetched.
That's a guy people use. Grimer and Muck. Arbok.
Well, like they did like the Alolan forms with like Sun and Moon. Yeah, that was Alola region. Like they kind of made like new versions of them, and then like with later gens, they were like, we'll put an evolution in for this guy.
I always thought a lot of it was weird, like having Scyther evolve into Caesar. It's like, why would you replace swords with clamps?
Well, that's true, yeah.
I would rather have swords.
Looks cooler. It looks cooler because it's red.
And he's technically steel, I guess.
Yeah.
Garchomp is this isn't 151, but Garchomp is my ultimate favorite Pokemon of all time. He's the Velociraptor shark. And he's fucking ground and dragon.
I always thought like the anime was sweet because you had like even like Dragonite was like kind of mythical in the way they showed it.
I just watched the Mewtwo movie again for the first time in so long the other day, and Dragonite is hilarious because he's the messenger guy. But I also love that like Dragonite has two forms: the super nice, friendly, wholesome Dragonite, and then also just I'm going to kill everything ever.
Yeah,
like
Hyper Beam Dragonite.
He's a badass dude. Is he like the number one? I mean, you have
the
Mewtwo.
Number one guy.
Yeah, Mewtwo is obvious. I think he's just statistically the strongest in the whole franchise.
Well, he's like, he was created in like the Wuhan lab. It's like, basically.
Yeah, he got the fucking the prototype COVID. Proto-COVID. No, but I think like literally like by numbers it's Mewtwo. And then
yeah, it's weird because like Mew was never powerful, really. Like it was, but it had like weird mythical powers versus like it was supposed to be like the genetic start of everything.
It was the very first Pokemon.
Yeah, it's like a little amoeba.
And he's a little homunculus. He can learn every move. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, he can learn every move, and
he's a little guy and he flies
he's
around.
So cute, dude. He goes
That's pretty close.
It's the best when it's Mewtwo arguing with Mew, and he's just like, "Are you trying to tell me that there's more to life than fighting?" And he goes,
"Why don't you tell me?" He has he has Jesse Ventura's voice. Why don't you tell me?
You listen here, fucker. You listen to me and you listen good. Yeah, or if it's like J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
I want pictures of Snorlax.
I read, well, do you even read comic books or do you like look at them? Like, how does that work?
Actually, you experience them.
Oh, you experience them. Okay.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Reign, I'd never looked into it before, but it like takes place like 30 years later and he's like old. It's kind of fucking crazy.
It's fucking gay.
But it's weird. It didn't make any it didn't make any sense. I was like looking through I'm like reading the whole thing and I'm like, what is even like, how do you even track half of this? Like I couldn't understand why he's like an old guy and then all of a sudden he puts on the suit and he's like fucking flying around again and shit and kicking bad guys. And you're like, what the fuck? The story's like the New York City mayor is like putting a whole like protective thing around New York so like no one can leave or come in.
It's like the Simpsons
It's like
movie.
A protective dome.
It's like the Simpsons movie.
And then I guess like Jameson shows up at Parker's fucking apartment and he keeps seeing like visions of Mary Jane because she's dead at this time. It's like the concept is cool, but I feel like it's hard to get the right execute. I'm not a comic book guy, so I just like was flipping through it on like the Kindle app or whatever, because it was free on there, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just read something because I was fucking bored at work, and it has like all 3 of the chapters. I was like, I don't know, I'll check this out. It was kind of cool, but like I said, it's kind of weird to follow. It got good reviews, like for the most part, but like that's the kind of stuff that like I would rather see adapted into a movie, like a Nolan movie or some shit, like darker, like Dark Knight Rises or whatever, you know, where it's like they're past their prime, and then something happens and they have to fucking. You know, make it happen again. It is brutal though, because there's like fucking throat slashing and shit. Like it's kind of a dark comic. It's kind of bloody and like the art is pretty fucking sick.
I like shit like that. I like the dark. That's why I like the DC stuff, like the Dark Knight, the new Batman.
Well, people think Marvel's like this, like, you know, happy, like fun, like family type of thing sometimes. Like compared to DC. DC's always seemed darker to me.
I think it's funny that the thing that I liked about Marvel when I was a kid is now the thing that I don't like about Marvel now, which is that it seems like most of the people become superheroes on accident.
Yeah, and I think the scope of it is too big too. Like there's a multiverse and all this
I don't
shit.
like all that. I like that DC is like, oh,
more
no
grounded.
Shit.
It's more grounded.
It's like,
in
no shit.
too.
Superman is a fucking alien. Wonder Woman is a fucking alien. Martian Manhunter is a fucking alien. Batman is rich.
If there's a multiverse, it's like all them are aliens too. You know?
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of different Earths, I guess, in the Marvel multiverse.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not going to follow all this, guys. Like,
X-Men. Okay. X-Men is peak.
Yeah, X-Men is fucking sick. Ninja Turtles is peak.
Ninja Turtles is good too, but I think
because they were like, we're little guys. We're in this green stuff.
We're turtles.
Yeah, we are turtles. And then they said, we'll get in this green slime. And then now they're big guys. And they're like pizza and stuff. That's
Do you think
cool.
The Ninja Turtles could solo the Pokemon universe? If you had the 4 Ninja Turtles and you had Splitter as the master, and you have the 4 Ninja Turtles, do you think they could beat all the gyms?
Nah, it's tough.
What do you think they get stopped? Do you think they even make it past Brock?
I think when you have ranged attacks, it's tough. Like Donatello's got the most range. You know what I mean with the staff.
Yeah, they don't use fucking guns,
right? And they do get scarred up and stuff. They get cut up. They get once in a while.
Stars throwing
so
stars.
You see that they're human. At least with Pokemon, you can just use a potion. Just keep using hyper potions in your fucking.
How do you even use a hyper potion? It won't let me.
You go to use and then or item, and then you go to hyper potion.
No, it says it would have no effect. It doesn't let me.
Oh, that's because you're maxed out. Oh, that's because you don't get hit at all.
Yeah, because my team is fucking sick, dude. I didn't even get to tell you what my team is. Yeah, I need you to rank my team for me.
Okay.
And this is the order of the levels. I don't know off the top of my head. But so my team, I always send my lowest level first.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a build up.
Yeah.
So I got Jolteon. How do you feel about Jolteon? Electric type. Good? What's your electric type guy?
In the original ones. Yeah, that's actually tough. I think
I don't fuck with Pikachu or Raichu. I think they're dumb. I hate mice in real life. I hate mice in Pokemon.
I think Magneton, because you can get it at a later level. And it you can catch it level 36 or whatever, or something like that. Once you get to the power plant or whatever that is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a higher level when you get it already.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a head start with it. I don't know. Electric is tough in the original ones because there's not that many of them.
No, you got fucking Electabuzz, which you don't get till late.
Yeah.
Which is also, I think he's exclusive. He's only on blue or he's only on red.
Yeah. But then there's Pikachu, Raichu, Jolteon,
Zapdos.
Yeah, but does that? Yeah, I guess it counts
because you can get Zapdos.
That's what I
would
use if I can get it.
That's the only other one I could think of is Zapdos that I could replace Jolteon with. I think it's cool that
you can't really do that unless you find something that has electric moves that you could just throw onto it. It's not natively electric type. Unless you want to use your Hitmonchan.
Nah, he's in the box, dude. So we got Jolteon. Could replace. Might replace. And also this ROM hack I'm playing, Pokemon Solus. I I'm playing Pokemon Solus Red. It's fucking awesome. It basically makes it so it's Pokemon Red, but you don't have to trade anything to evolve your Pokemon, and there's no version exclusives. So it's Pokemon Red, Yellow, and Blue in the same cartridge.
Mashed up.
Nothing else changed with it.
Yeah.
If you like Pokemon games to have a challenge and you want to play Gen 1, play Pokemon Yellow Legacy. I highly recommend it. It's too hard for me. It's way too hard. I don't have fun. It's too fucking hard.
But I recommend it.
But I recommend it if you like a challenge. Pokemon Solus. We got Gengar, dude. How do you feel about Gengar?
Gengar's badass. I like stuff that can put Dream Eater, like putting people to sleep and then using Dream Eater is fucking sweet. That's badass. It's not like that effective. I would rather just one shot something with anything.
It is hardcore though.
But it's badass. But the problem is every time I'm playing like Pokemon Stadium and I'm like, check this out, I'm gonna fucking put you to
never
sleep.
works.
It goes, it had no effect or it didn't it did attack failed or whatever. And you're like, I've done it 4 times in a row. Like, why is this happening?
So Gengar, we're gonna keep. Is that the only ghost in Gen 1? Is Gengar? Ghastly Haunter?
I think so. You see like a bunch of them, and then, because the boss in that area has the Gengar. I think you mostly run into Ghastly.
There's a Marowak too.
Mm-hmm.
There's the evil Marowak spirit. We're gonna keep Gengar. I like Gengar. Just because Dream Eater, I forgot about that. I don't even have that yet. I just have Confuse Ray and Nightshade.
Yeah.
Snorlax locked. Snorlax has to be in. I feel like you have to always have a Snorlax.
Yeah, he's a good anchor. You
get him for free. He has Rest, which is the funniest move because I saved all my HP ups for Snorlax.
Yeah, and
so he's like
HP
level 30.
Stacked
it's like 160. It's fucking stupid. And
then you just rest if you have to.
Yep. And then every time I use Rest, I use Amnesia to bump up his special, and then I use Earthquake. And it just one shots everything.
It's a funny concept for it's just like a big dude that's sleeping all the time. It's like, what the fuck? We're just gonna make like a lazy bear that...
I mean, it kind of is like a panda. Pandas are notoriously lazy.
Yeah. And then they're just like, we'll just jack up his health bar. We'll give him like 7 health bars in Budokai or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like white. It's like the bright blue.
Yeah, it's like fucking perfect form Sal.
Yeah.
And everything else is just Krillin. Krillin post vasectomy.
Yeah.
He's tired and lethargic.
Yellow bar.
Then after Snorlax, we got Nidoking, dude.
Yeah, Nidoking's cool.
He's got Horn Drill.
I always bypassed poison types because I just didn't feel like it was. I mean, that's badass too, but
he's poison and ground though.
Okay.
So we might keep Nidoking. I don't know. This mod makes it so you can find Mew, and I kind of wanna. I might get rid of Nidoking or Jolteon and replace them with Mew.
Okay.
Next guy, another lock, Alakazam. Have to.
Oh yeah.
You have to. If you have Gengar, you have the best ghost type Pokemon. You have Alakazam, you have the best psychic type Pokemon. They're sick.
Yeah, if you can bend spoons. I mean, come on. Who's even gonna compete with that?
Not gonna lie. Felt fucking it brought me back to like 2000. Getting an Alakazam because I never was able to get one as a kid because I didn't have anybody to trade with. You need to trade a Kadabra to get an Alakazam.
Yeah, same with Machamp.
So getting a fucking Alakazam in red for the first time, technically ever.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't even know if I probably did do a trade at one point for it, but you had to have a link cable.
The only time I remember trading
somebody that had the other game.
I remember playing with it was like me, and Wes and probably like Anthony or Christy or somebody, and I had a new copy of Pokemon Red and I kept starting it over and over to give everybody fucking starter Pokemons, so that way like we all had each of the starters in each of our games, which was cool. But that's the only thing I remember. So Alakazam stays. The concept of trade Pokemon, genius marketing move.
Yeah.
Dog shit consumer move.
Yeah.
I hate that they still do that.
They still do it. They do the cover of the like legendary, and then they go, you can only get it in this one.
Yep. But the last guy, another tradable Pokemon. Another time, first time ever getting this guy. Fucking Golem, dude. Golem is sick. Golem is the tankiest guy, I think, defense-wise.
Yeah.
Besides maybe Cloyster. But he's like Shuckle, dude. Shuckle is my guy.
Yeah, like in Stadium, everybody wants to pick like Onyx or something. And I'm like, no, I'll just use Golem.
Onyx is actually pretty bad, apparently.
Yeah.
There's a whole video by this guy on YouTube called, I think it's Smith Plays Pokemon. If it's not him, watch his stuff anyway. But the video is called Onyx Sucks, and that's awesome. Here's why. And it goes into how the anime and future games made everybody's perception of how Gen 1 Pokemon really is.
Mm-hmm.
When you go back and play Gen 1, you realize that like Onyx is actually dog shit. There's lots of Pokemon that are just in the game that are really, really, really bad unless you do one very specific thing, and then they just crank. And I think it's why Gen 1 is the most fun, because it's so busted.
They're like, and also, well, yeah, and they're also archetypal, so they can make it like they all have specific use cases.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now it's like super, super saturated. There's like got to be 700 of them now.
I think it's like 1,000. Hey Siri, how many Pokemon are there? 920, bro. We were talking about it the other night. Gen 2 is where I had the most, like, silver, crystal, gold. I missed Emerald and Ruby.
Yeah.
Then obviously played X and Y. This is a Pokemon podcast now, by the way. Episode 151.
Emerald was a cool fucking, that was great.
I
always liked Rayquaza.
Yeah, that's the only reason I ever wanted Emerald, and I never got it. But let's see how good we did.
How good we did?
Oh my god, dude. All right. We actually got it pretty solid in a row. We got the first 27 correct. The next one of the mascots. The mascot.
Pikachu's 25.
Yeah. Yep. Pikachu Raichu.
Yeah.
The next one is a fucking armadillo boy, dude. Little Sandslash action. Fucking what? Sandslash is good.
Yeah, Sandslash is cool.
I guess.
I was like anything that had dig or fly like was fucking
pretty overpowered.
That was the shit I liked.
Then the next 6 we got was all the Nido Kings, Nido Queens, which I love. I actually, in the game I'm running right now, I have
all the
both.
Nidos.
I have Nido King and Nido Queen, which is a really funny build to run.
Yeah.
You can get both of them. You can get both of them before the 3rd gym, I think, or the 4th gym. Then what's after that? It's got to be like Machop, Machoke, Machamp. I never fucked with fighting types.
The Abra and all that stuff. That
Abracadabra, Alakazam.
Yeah.
Clefable, dude. People use Clefable.
Clefairy, yeah, all those guys. Jigglypuff.
Oh shit. Fucking Vulpix and Ninetales, dude. Another cool one.
Growlithe.
Now, see, that was the thing that we talked about yesterday or the day before. I don't ever have fire Pokemon in my party. I just realized that. I never used, the only fire Pokemon I fucked with was Blaziken, dude. And Pokemon X.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blaziken was just the sickest guy ever.
Blaziken is ridiculous.
He's, dude.
Yeah.
Because that was my duo in Pokemon X was Garchomp, Blaziken. B-Fam would run fucking Goodra. And, dude, Brian and I, and you know how good Brian's memory is, we were racking our brains for like an hour trying to figure out what his other Pokemon was back in the day. And I think it was so irrelevant because his Goodra just never died. So he never had to put in his second guy.
That usually ends up how it's usually how it is because you have a 6-man team or whatever it is. And then it's like, your bottom 3 are like never used. Or is it 5? Is it 5? 6? It's 6.
Yeah. Well, in X and Y, if you did the challenge tower, it was, if you did duos, it was 2 teams of 2 apiece, or 2 teams.
Yeah.
2 teams of 2 trainers.
Well, Stadium is weird because you pick 6 and then you can only use 3.
Hate that. I absolutely hate that, because what I've been doing was I've been talking with all of our friends and putting teams together based on what people say their favorites are, and then I put them up against each other. But there's no way to do a computer battle that's 6v6. You can only do 6v6 if you do the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Pick 6, choose 6, which there has to be a way to do Pokemon Stadium and import my Pokemon into it. There has to be a way.
The way they did that was so weird. And then they're like, here, pick your first one and then pick the order of the rest of them. It's like the order of the rest of them doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the first one that comes out, because you throw it out and now you can switch to whatever. I don't understand why they were like, choose these.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't really get that at all, but
Pokemon Stadium changes so much too. Like, they make so many moves weaker than they really are. And
yeah.
It's so fun though. It might be like Pokemon Stadium 1. 2 is fucked. 2 is insanely hard. Yeah, I think 2, Dave is on record saying Pokemon Stadium 2 is the one game he's never playing again, because him and his buddy finished it one time and they were like, never again.
I didn't play much of 2. I only had the first one, I think.
Same. And I didn't get there was the 2 on GameCube. There was Gale of Darkness and Coliseum. I didn't play either of those.
Yeah. I played Coliseum a little bit.
And then
2 had the second gen, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's why.
And the rentals were even worse in 2. The rentals would be cool if you could change the moves, or if they were like peak. Like,
I know. That's the problem. I was playing, like, last time I played it, I like picked certain ones and then they just didn't have the moves that I thought they had.
Yeah.
You're like, why? And it shows you the moves. I should have just looked at them before, but I was like, this is the squad.
Like Pokemon Stadium 1, the Tauros knows Bide. Why? I think the defense is too high to even use it properly.
Right. It doesn't need half of those. Yeah. I think it's just for like diversity, just to like have the moves in the game.
Yeah. So I want to figure out a way to put, like, once I get my team to a certain level, I want to figure out how to put my actual team in.
And some of it is weird too, because you pick Dragonite and then it doesn't have certain, like, if you pick Dragonair, it has better moves than Dragonite, but Dragonite's stronger.
Dragonite has like fucking Rest and like Dragon Rage and Surf. It has like a bunch of stupid bullshit.
Yeah. But Hyper Beam, you have to wait after your turn.
Yeah. And I think in the actual game, if your speed is high enough, you only have to wait 1 turn. I think at Stadium it's always 2 turns. I could be wrong though.
I think it's 1.
But fucking Wigglytuff and Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is probably my favorite Pokemon outside of the games, because that's what I play as in fucking Super Smash Brothers. Yeah. I'm a recreational Jigglypuff main.
Yeah.
In my spare time, I main Jigglypuff. We got fucking Zubat and Golbat, dude.
Yep.
They were stupid until they put in Crobat, the evolved of Golbat. Crobat was cool as fuck. I remember Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume. Vileplume was my first.
Vileplume is actually great.
Wicked cool Pokemon.
Yeah, it's poison grass.
Mm-hmm. That was the one. If you have a Venusaur and you fight the grass gym, Erica, you fuck up the AI, because Venusaur's typing is grass poison, and the Pokemon trainer will only see grass and try to use poison powder on it over and over.
Oh yeah,
and then you can it doesn't work. Yeah, Vileplume was like the first holographic card I
always love that when like a status effect doesn't work and the CPU just keeps going. I'm gonna try it again.
It just keeps going.
I think it'll work this time.
Keeps going. I always forget about fucking Paris and Parasect.
Yeah, because they're whatever. Just nothings.
Venonat, Venomoth, Diglett, Digtrio, Meowth, Persian. Persian's really good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Brian would be so mad that you skipped Dugtrio.
Dugtrio's good. I mean, I don't mind
cool,
Dugtrio.
I just like the design. It's like a little dick that's sticking out of it. Like three little dicks.
Dugtrio. I like the sound they play. But the thing is I always do Dugtrio because you can just go to Diglett Cave and get a Dugtrio that's like level 25. And this run around, I was like, I can't do Dugtrio. I always have a Dugtrio. Fucking, I've never had a Persian before.
Persian I use a lot.
I don't even. Where do you even get a Meowth?
The first one you throw out. You use Payday, and then you can switch to something. That way, you're making money like all the time. I did that a lot in Poke MMO because, currency matters in that because it's an MMO. So you can just constantly use you can only use it once. If you use it again, you still do damage, but it doesn't. You're only getting the coin boost one time, so you just use it. And honestly, it's mine is level 100, so it still knocks shit out in one hit. It's normal type move.
It's so super fast, right? Isn't that the biggest thing with Persian?
Quick, yeah.
It's like Persian and another one. Like whenever you use Slash, it's like always a critical hit because it's so fast.
Yeah, Persian's.
I'm gonna have to get a Persian. That'll be sick. Golduck. I had a toy from Burger King of Golduck. That's all I know about Golduck. Never fucked with it.
Yeah, Psyduck was more popular.
Psyduck was way cooler.
Confused and shit.
Fine.
He was pretty heavily featured in the anime.
Dude, Psyduck ruins me. I laugh whenever he's on the screen. I didn't realize I had such a connection with a fucking cartoon animal before. But every time I was watching Mewtwo Strikes Back, whenever he'd pop up, and it would be like, fine, fuck. I was like, that's me. That's me right there, dude.
I get it. I know where you're coming from.
Fine. Fucking Primeape and Mankey, dude. Hilarious concepts for Pokemon. Dumb as shit, though. They're just monkey pigs. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Arcanine, Growlithe. I don't do fire types, dude. I don't do fire types like
Arcanine
at all.
is like technically a legendary. Did you know that?
I didn't realize that, but yeah, technically he's
it's like a legend. It's considered a legendary for
like a fucking what's the there's a bunch like Dragonite is technically a legendary, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're like pseudo legendary.
The pseudo legendaries. Garchomp is a pseudo. I always thought it was weird that you never see anybody else. Do you ever see anybody else with starter Pokemon besides your rival? I think that's weird. You'd think that everybody would have them.
No, because I guess
are they rare?
In that universe, they should be. Yeah, they would. Well, no, because in the anime, they're not. Like other people have.
You see them everywhere.
Yeah, like the Charmander episode where his tail almost goes out.
Yeah, and then the Squirtle Squad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot of them. Yeah, they're like in the wild in the anime.
That's crazy.
But
I think for game mechanics.
Yeah.
Because like you said on the way over, it was like Charmander is hard mode. Squirtle is normal.
Yeah.
And then Bulbasaur is easy. Yeah,
because I just don't like picking... Because if you take Bulbasaur, you just run through everything, and it's like...
It's pretty sick, though. Leech Seed, Toxic.
Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, but I like ending up with a cool Charizard.
You do get a cool Charizard. You do get to teach him Fly in Yellow, which is good.
He is cool at the end because... Well, yeah, that's what I like use him for, because you can still use him for most of the HMs just to have him in the party.
Yeah.
And he's still pretty powerful with it because you've already leveled him up by then. He's your fucking starter.
Yep.
By the time I'm leveling everything up, it's like, I don't know, I can still just have him come out, and even if he uses slat or cut or whatever, it's like
still gonna do like 50. Poliwhirl, the Poliwhirl chain, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, Poliwag. That's a weird one. That's the next one. I always forget about them. I don't fuck with them.
Poliwrath is kind of all right. It's like a hypnosis fighting. It's weird. I don't know. It's like a hypnosis. What is it? Psychic water or is it fighting water?
Fighting water. It must go.
But it does have like some kind of
psychic moves at some point.
I think it has a sleep move of some sort. Hypnosis, maybe.
Fucking Alakazam. Fucking Machamp. Machamp is dope. Machamp is one of Wes's favorites.
Machamp is sick.
Yep.
Dude, Machamp is actually ridiculous.
4 arms. They're like, how do we make this really jacked guy better? They're like, turn him into Goro.
Make him jackeder.
Yeah.
And they're like, put more jacked arms on him. How many jacked arms can we fit on him? I think we only have room for 4. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's all we need.
We gotta.
He can win Mortal Kombat.
Well, no, not really. Goro has 6, doesn't he?
No.
Is
Goro
it 4?
is 4. But he's part dragon. He's dragon fighting. Which is fucked up when you think
Goro's yellow, so that's
also true. Victory Bell? That's one of those fucking weird Team Rocket guys that I don't pay attention to. Here's a guy.
Victory Bell actually was good in. I did have one in my squad at one point. I liked it because it was poison. It's the same as the Vileplume.
Yeah.
Where it's like poison grass, or it had like poison moves.
Fucking Tentacool? Never used to use him. People are saying he's up there. There's a guy I was watching that actually it was like Tentacruel and Starmie, which were not at yet. Starmie's fucked up good.
Starmie is great in the trading card game too.
Yeah.
Like I have a Starmie deck on the whatever Pokemon trading card game live or whatever it is. Or Pocket, I think the new one is.
Yeah.
And so my Starmie deck actually racks. And it's because it's like an A tier deck, but people don't really think about it. And the reason it's so good is because you can build it fast. Like it doesn't like you don't have to go through half of your deck to fucking find everything. It's just a built well deck. Like I don't know. And it's easy to use.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the Dragonite deck where you have to you just happen to have to draw the 3 evolutions of it or some stupid shit. Like those kind of decks where you have to build shit sucks.
The thing that gets me with Starmie is I always think it's weak because Misty has one. So you just smoke one right in the beginning of the game, and then you never think that it's actually like top tier.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Because it's water psychic, but it also learns rock.
It's got a lot of speed
and ice,
too.
And it's super fast, super good special.
It's like a Beyblade.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It's basically
Beyblade sweeps Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Golem we went over. Fucking Rapidash? What? Who the fuck gives a fuck about a horse, dude?
Yeah, nobody uses that one.
That's a dumbass animal. Fuck Rapidash, dude. Slowbro?
Slowbros are all right.
I guess. Water psychic.
Yeah, it's not great though. It's okay.
Slowpoke is cool. Slowpoke. Slowpoke sounds like salad
still fast. They're still pretty slow though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have slow in their name. It'd be weird if they were fast.
That's very true. Very true. Fucking Magnemite, Magneton. It's funny. I bitch about how there's a Pokemon that's just a set of keys, and there's a Pokemon that's just like a chandelier,
like a refrigerator,
yeah,
a trash bag. There's literally a trash bag.
But then like you go back to Gen 1 and it's like, oh, Magnemite is just magnets that came to life.
Yeah.
Voltorb is
Magnezone is fucking sick.
That's the next one, right?
Yeah.
That one's dope. I like that. They become steel type.
Well, it wasn't even a type in the first gen.
No, but after Gen 1, they become electric steel. Steel type is cool. Farfetch'd, dumb. Dodrio, ranked really high, apparently. It's actually ranked as the highest non-legendary bird in Gen 1, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, one of those sneaky guys, you know.
You'd think it would be Pidgeot.
It's like one of them wild card teams that sneaks in and then goes to NFC Championship game or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, Dodrio would be like the Joe Flacco of that team.
Yeah.
You'd have like Dodrio, you'd have like fucking Parasect.
Yeah.
Like
Brock Purdy.
Butterfree.
Sneakily sneaks in there and then everybody's like, wow, Brock Purdy's elite. And then you're like, no, he's not. He's just a game manager and he's not good. And then the next season they're bad. And then you hear nothing from 49ers fans at all.
Well, the thing is that Mike Shanahan is actually Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh. he knows what everyone's doing ahead of time.
That's a different
it's a different anime. Fucking Dodrio, yeah, Brock Purdy level. Another guy we forget about, water ice type, Dugong.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is a Dugong?
Yeah, Dugong. Don't call it that.
What? Grimer,
Whose
Muck,
idea was that?
dumb. Muck is dumb. I hate Muck. He's just toxic waste sludge.
They make you hate him though. He's a heel.
Yeah,
because he works with the Rockets.
He's a heel. He's big time heel. Fucking Cloyster. Defensive, fine.
Cloyster's kind of cool. Yeah.
Did the ghost already? Onyx. Oh, we have fucking Drowsy and fucking
Hypno.
P Diddy himself, Hypno.
Mm-hmm.
Never fucked with either.
I like
of them.
Hypno in Stadium.
Hypno is a cool design with the little fucking.
Hypno is another one that's like fall asleep. I attack you with that.
I like that Hypno in Stadium in the new games. He casts his abilities through the little metronome.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's dope. Yep. Krabby and Kingler.
Yeah.
Voltorb and Electrode.
Electrode's not bad.
I think Electrode is the fastest Pokemon in Red. I think it's the number one fastest. Yeah,
it's a decent electric type, but there's better ones, I think.
A lot of people love Execute and Exeggutor, dude.
Exeggutor's good.
Exeggutor's up there.
Yeah,
that's another sneaky guy.
Like
you got
Solar Beam.
You got Dodrio. You got Exeggutor.
Yeah.
You got fucking Dugong. I bet somebody out there has like a top tier team with a fucking Dugong somehow.
Yeah.
Marowak and Cubone, they're dumb. Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, whatever. Lickitung? Lickitung.
No one's ever used that, right?
I've
never seen anyone
use a Lickitung before. Wheezing and coughing. They're also heels, but they're cool. They're goofy heels. Yeah. They're like the Dudley Boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
This is Dave's number one. Rhydon.
Rhydon's bad.
Rhydon's dope. Here's a guy we gotta get on my team because apparently she's wicked overpowered. Chansey. Chansey's like Aaron Donald, the dude.
Yeah. That's another HP build.
Wicked huge HP build. Fucking Tangela. Tangela is grass
Chansey
type.
heals too, doesn't it?
I think so. Tangela is a grass type, which is weird because I always thought it was like fucking Ethernet cables or something.
Yeah. Why would they be Ethernet cable? Why does it have to be Ethernet cable?
Link cables.
Cable.
Kangaskhan. Whatever. Powerful? Probably.
Yeah, but it's not like
whatever. It's like a Nidoking kangaroo.
It never had a type that I needed, you know? Mm-mm. Not at that stage, at least.
These two suck until you get Kingdra in Generation 2. Horsey Seadra. Mm-hmm. I always thought they had a cool design, but Kingdra is the one. Oh, dude, the forgotten fish. Seaking.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Seaking, well, I don't know. Seaking isn't that bad.
Not a fan. Starmie. Yup.
Yep. W.
Mr. Mime?
Hi.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of another Mr. Mime. That's weird.
Scyther is cool. Jinx is really good, apparently. Ice never and Psychic. Never use Jinx. You can trade for one in Misty City, which I need to do. Electabuzz, Magmar, Pinsir, Tauros. We already know Tauros is number one.
I always thought Pinsir had a cool design, though.
Yeah, there's
he's like a saw. He's basically
he's like a fucking big beetle. The cool one is fucking Heracross, dude. The fucking Rhino Beetle.
Yeah.
From Johto. Where we at? Gyarados. Everybody loves fucking Gyarados, dude.
Yeah. He's the water Onyx.
Yep. Lapras. I just got a Lapras. You get one for free.
They're fine. Lapras is cool. It's ice. That you get a lot of ice moves.
Ditto. Never. It'd be fun to do a full team of Dittos.
Yeah. What happens when you do Ditto versus Ditto? Nothing?
Nothing. They just kill themselves. They turn into Nurse Joy.
What if your Ditto uses transform on something and then you use transform on that ditto. Do you transform into that, or does it just not work?
All I know is you can't have sex with it no matter what you do. You get arrested.
I've never tried that. I never even looked into that.
The evolutions.
Why would you ever try that? That's the thing.
Eevee
is great. I fucking love Eevee.
Eevee's cool. It's cute.
Because it's just so flexible, and you can be like, I need this type, and then you go bang, there it is.
But Jolteon's my guy. I love Jolteon. Vaporeon is cool. Flareon has no moves. I've never, just like how we've never seen anybody use a fucking Dugong or like a Parasect. You never see anybody use a fucking Flareon. What was the one that we had said nobody ever uses?
A lot of them.
A lot of them.
Muck. Well, people use Muck, I guess.
Dodrio.
But it's a heal.
Is the one that you'll never see a Dodrio, fucking Rapidash, fucking shit. What was that third one? Slowbro. So we got those guys are all in the same group. The fucking obscure ass motherfuckers.
Yeah.
With Flareon. Porygon, you have to buy from the shop.
Porygon is like one of my favorits.
Porygon's
like
cool.
So fucking, it's just so weird.
I love how fucking it's just digital code. The fossil Pokemon, there's only one that matters, and it's Aerodactyl.
Mm-hmm.
That might be what my flying type ends up being.
Kabutops is kind of sick looking, though.
Kabutops was my favorite design as a kid, for sure. But you got Omastar, Kabutops, Aerodactyl, Snorlax again, because Snorlax is the GOAT, so I have to mention him twice.
Yeah, he comes back in again.
Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres.
Mm-hmm.
They're fine. Moltres you don't get till the end of the game.
Status. They're a good status symbol.
Yeah.
They're trophy guys.
Dragonite.
Yeah.
Goated. Mewtwo. Number one. Mewtwo is the GSP of Pokemon. Or no, Mewtwo would be the Khabib. He had a really crazy peak and then just stopped fighting.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
And Mew is Mighty Mouse. Also the GOAT. The original GOAT. I have to pee so bad. That's why I sprinted. Like, I had to sprint through those like last 25.
All right, let me pause. All right, we're back.
All right, we're back. Sorry. Bathroom emergency. We speed ran the last like 50 Pokemon because I thought I was going to actually piss myself. So
I thought about wearing Depends for this show just like once in a while.
It's hard to piss yourself. It's hard to piss yourself though.
Is it?
Yeah, it doesn't feel good.
I think it probably would be uncomfortable to be like sitting in it. But also like it would be nice to just have like the freedom of like I can just piss out my ass real quick or whatever during the show.
That would be nice.
You know what I mean? But because that's true freedom.
Ass pissing?
Yeah. Because like I don't know, I feel like that's the way it used to be. You know what I mean? You could just piss and shit wherever, and people didn't really judge you for it. You know, you could stink real bad back in the day, and I think it was still kind of you were cool. You know what I mean? You could still be like the cool guy.
Well, being stinky back in the day was like
guys that were fighting dragons and shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say
those guys were like
wicked stinky.
Yeah,
but stinky was the status symbol, just like Zapdos.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think it's weird because it probably put off like pheromones in a weird way too. So I think it was probably attractive to like women and shit back then. Well, both. But it's like, you know, I don't know. I wonder if that's how there was no avoiding it. Like, unless you go to the fucking river and start throwing water on yourself. But even then, what are you going to do? You can't shampoo. They didn't have Tresemme. You know what I mean? They didn't have L'Oreal shampoo. Why do they call them that? Like, why is everything French? Like, why are all shampoos French? What is that?
That is actually a good question.
The French people fucking love like hair smells, dude.
So I'm gonna make a Pokemon team of just the guys that you'll never see.
That was our episode 151 celebration.
Yeah.
I had like an idea because like so everybody's like TikTok mode, right? Like everybody's like everything that everyone watches like TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. And I was like, well, so people like podcasts, and a lot of these apps like Spotify will play the video, then you like lock your phone and it still plays the audio. So why don't people do podcasts in like that format? You know what I mean? Like instead of having it be like, do it in 916.
Mm-hmm.
Like this way. Like, you know what I mean? Do it in portrait. Like, because like kind of like our clips, like all of our clips are split screen, but have the whole podcast just be that way. And then, you know, like when people open their phones, they're just looking at the, you know, like they're looking at it at split screen. I don't know. Like, why not? It's not like people, like, even if you sit at home and you watch it on your TV, like, what's the difference if it's what orientation it is? All you really need to see is their fucking heads. And really, like, what is, like, watching a podcast doesn't really do much for you unless they're showing you something.
Right.
So I don't know. It was a weird thought. I was like, why don't people do like podcasts in that? Like in that format. I mean, we could do that, but it's not.
I thought that's what that was going to be a segue to. Like, we're changing.
No.
Oh.
But it's just like, I don't know. It was just like an idea that I had. And I was like, you know, maybe that would like change the way people think about it or like approach it. Then everything's set up as a, like already set up in that format for clips and stuff like that. I mean, it doesn't make a difference to us because, I mean, I can just do it already, but it's weird because like a lot of, you know, I feel like a lot of podcasts get all their views through their clips. Like that's how you build your audience, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we super neglected that when we started.
Well, we also got we got screwed over by the two companies that were like, hey, we really like what you're doing. And then they disappeared like a week later, like Podcoin.
Yeah, Podcoin is a shame. But like the thing was with that is like you listen to stuff, but it would take you so long to earn enough points.
Yeah, but they didn't know that. People didn't know that when it started.
Yeah, that's true.
They should have given it a year.
But they did promote
They should have given it
even until
year.
They shut down, we were still on like their top page.
I know. That was it. That was our 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? What if they paid us in Bitcoin back then?
Well,
we would be probably
actually it would have been
pretty cool.
Yeah, right around. Well, I don't even know when it would have been. 18 maybe? 17?
I was still at the nursing home. So yeah, 2017.
It was like early on. It was like a year after.
It was like right when we started.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because like we used to. There was just a table.
Yeah.
And then we had a Rock Band mic, and then we're like, let's just put that on here, and we'll all like lean into it. It's fucking hilarious. And even before that, it was like we were doing that wrestling one.
Oh, it was Lickitung. Lickitung was the one Pokemon that nobody ever uses. So we got to make a Pokemon team that mains Lickitung.
Yeah.
The fuck does Lickitung do?
It licks. Yeah, it licks. You know, Haunter licks too, though. Mm-hmm. In the intro scene.
Gengar does too. That's what I got him rocking.
Is it Gengar or Haunter that's licking in the
It's Haunter in the intro.
That's the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
That's a funny thing. Everybody like keeps bringing up the Mandela effect, and it's just like, no, you just have a bad memory.
You just have awful memory. The only one that fucks with me is the Fruit of the Loom. The cornucopia.
Cornucopia. Yeah. I can see it, but no, it didn't have that, right?
Apparently it never had that.
Yeah.
It never did, which is insane to me.
I would have to see a picture of it with that. What is it? Fruit of the Loom. Oops. Fruit of the loom. Cornucopia. 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 Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember that actually. Like when I look at it, it looks weird to me. Like it looks like too much. Like it's too busy. The one on the right makes more sense to me, but I just remembered the grapes. The grapes were the...
It was always the grapes.
Yeah. The fruit, you know what I mean? Do they still make stuff? Are they still active? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. They're still on the roster.
I don't think I have many Fruit of the Looms.
Speaking of roster, pull up the NFL playoff chart. Let's do our fucking playoff predictions.
The bracket.
Yeah, there she is right there.
Oh, wow. Look at that. That's a nice one. Can't see it at all.
Yeah.
How do you zoom in on these boys? Let me get in there.
So what do we got? The first
AFC wild card.
It's the wild cards are first. The 11th and 12th and the 13th. So we'll just go clockwise.
What's today? The 9th? Okay.
Yeah. So we'll start AFC. We got Broncos, Bills. Who do you want to win? Who do you think is going to win?
I mean, Buffalo's going to win this, but I'm wondering, so Denver's kind of been okay recently, but Buffalo's going to win this. It's just not even. Buffalo's going to have a good run this year.
You think so?
They're so strong. Yeah. They'll have a good run. Their kryptonite is the Chiefs.
I'm rooting for Denver.
Yeah,
because fuck Buffalo. I don't see Denver winning, but yeah, I guess Buffalo's great.
Denver's a good team. They'll put up somewhat of a fight, though.
The
Buffalo puts up 36 points a game or something. The
one thing I'll give to Buffalo is that Josh Allen is one of the coolest quarterbacks I've ever seen. He should have been an MVP. I thought. Who won it? Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, I thought Allen should have won it, but it is what it is.
That's the way she goes. So what's this next one? Fucking Steelers Ravens. That's easy Ravens.
Yeah,
that's a trap game and a half though, because that's the biggest rivalry in the league.
It's a division game. That's tough.
That's probably. I mean, we're a little biased because we grew up in the perfect fucking timeline of Ravens Steelers rivalry, but that is like Yankees Red Sox for football. It's fucked up. People that don't know, Steelers Ravens is going to be crazy. Ravens are going to smoke them though.
Yeah, I would pick the Ravens there.
What we got? I love that I said we're going clockwise or we're going counterclockwise. We got Chargers, Texans. I don't know shit about. I know the Texans defense is bad, and I know the Chargers just signed Ezekiel Elliott, and they have Jim Harbaugh as their coach, and they got a fucking fair catch. They got a fair catch field goal a couple weeks ago. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
So I'm picking the Chargers to win because
I don't think so. I think you're gonna see Houston win because this is one of those games that's it'll go either way, and it might end up being 17-13.
That's
or
the closest game in the AFC is Chargers Texans. I definitely Chargers. I have winning. So my picks are fucking Denver, Baltimore, LA. Because I'm going with Denver. You're going with Buffalo. I'm going to just go with Denver.
Buffalo, Baltimore, Houston.
Yeah. The Steelers are the only team I think that has no chance. They don't have a quarterback. They have Russell Wilson, I think. And they also have, I love him, but it's
who?
The guy on the Bears.
The
Steelers have Russell Wilson and then Justin Fields. Is their backup, who I love. I fucking love Justin Fields. Also, shout out to the Bears, the funniest franchise in sports history.
Yeah, they are comedy, dude.
We got
everybody's like, why did the Bears beat the Packers? It's like, guys, they played like a preseason squad. like Jordan only played like a quarter. And then everybody's like, oh my God, they lost to the Bears.
Which is good. Which is so funny because I think they lost the #1 pick now. Because now the #1 pick goes to Tennessee.
Yeah, it's like, why are we even...
The Patriots could have had the #1 pick and they won too.
It didn't matter to Green Bay. They were already in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They didn't care about their seed.
The Patriots not only went from the first pick to the third pick, but they then fired Gerard Mayo.
Yeah, that's not a smart move. Packers, Eagles.
Eagles. I'm
going to take the Eagles. I would say the Eagles are going to win this. But
I really think the Eagles are going to win, but it's only because I hate them. So they will win because I hate them.
The Eagles are a strong team. Jalen Hurts is fucking on fire right now. They just have a good squad.
Yeah.
But Green Bay is one of those teams that like you never fucking know.
I mean, last year, dude, they walked in. Dallas hadn't lost at home in like over 2 years, and Jordan Love walked in and destroyed them.
Yeah.
Like I think
the problem is he catches fire and then he'll complete like 13, 14 passes in a row and everything's like wide open. But like it seems like they don't start games strong. Like they try to get like establish a run or something, and if that doesn't work, then they're forced to throw the ball and then he can't fit anything in. Like it's tough for them to get on a roll. But once they do, they're a strong team. Christian Watson's out, Jair Alexander's out. It's like there's a bunch of they're a weaker squad than they were. They're still like super young. I love that the team is that young, and they've already been in the playoffs twice.
Yeah, 2 back-to-back double-digit win seasons. I mean,
with
that's
Jordan
fucking
Love.
sick.
That's crazy. You
Wicked
can't.
sick.
I mean, come on. That's a crazy thing to have happen for just to go from a Hall of Fame quarterback to a guy who's going to bring you to the playoffs instantly.
Yeah,
with a young team.
It's really nice, and everybody loves him, which is convenient.
Yeah, he's not a controversial guy or whatever.
Yeah, he's not an Aaron Rodgers piece of shit. God bless him. We wish him well.
I fucking love Aaron Rodgers.
Me too, but god damn it, dude. God damn it, dude. He's such a cunt.
People turned on him so fast when he like with his COVID thing. But I watched the Aaron Rodgers the Netflix thing. It was pretty fucking good. But you know, like the last time he was talking, he was pretty like
out there.
Well, it was like he doesn't know if he's going to play or not because it seemed like he was wanting to hang it up.
He was pretty, dude. He looked done this year. He really did. But
he still like statistically wasn't that bad. And people are like, wow, they're worse than they were with Zach Wilson. And then you look at their stats and you're like, no, he was way better than Zach Wilson. Like it's not even comparable. He's so much better. But Aaron Rodgers isn't.
He's not Aaron Rodgers anymore.
It's the Jets. That's the problem,
Jets,
I think, is that their organization's trash.
But I got the Packers winning just because I saw what they did last year to my Cowboys. So I bet they could do it again.
They're a wild card. They're
the ultimate wild card team.
They are the wild card.
The Packers with Jordan Love remind me of the Giants with Eli. They just are going to win.
You just don't know. That's the problem.
This one's going to be tough because Jaden Daniels is really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think the Commanders beat the Buccaneers, and I don't want them to. But Jaden Daniels is really good. He's really, really good. I think the Buccaneers, I like Baker Mayfield a lot. I think the Buccaneers are a better team. I worry about
Baker because Baker has like games where he just like it doesn't have it for some reason.
It's like, which Baker Mayfield are you going to get? Are you going to get 3 touchdowns and 300 yards?
Yeah.
Or are you going to get like a touchdown, a pick, and 250? If Baker Mayfield, that is the number one game of the wild card slate that is heavily dependent on which quarterback has a better game.
Yes.
It's going to be, if Jaden Daniels has a crazy game, the Commanders win. If Baker Mayfield has the better game, the Buccaneers win.
In other words, it relies on defensive coverages.
Yeah. Which I'm not sure about either defense, really.
They're both middle of the pack, aren't they?
I think so. Speaking of great teams, whoever did this fucking prize picks has the Rams beating the Vikings. I don't see that happening. The Vikings are really fucking good. I think the Vikings are going to beat the Rams, and I don't think it's going to be close.
Yeah, I don't think that's...
There isn't anything that the Rams are they're a team that just wins when they're not supposed to.
Yeah, and they're also kind of like...
They're pretty good. They have a really good coach. They have Matthew Stafford still.
Stafford's looked good, though.
I think the biggest thing is they picked the Rams to win because they want Rams-Lions.
Why? Well, just because of the quarterback
Stafford,
thing, that's stupid.
Whatever. I think it's Vikings.
It's going to be Vikings-Lions.
And then it's going to be Lions-Vikings in the divisional round.
Mm-hmm. That'd be sweet.
Really fucking cool. Or actually, no. If the Packers win, it would be Packers-Lions. So either way...
Yeah, they would play the Lions. Either way, it's NFC North and then NFC divisional round.
Yeah, if either of the NFC teams win, they play the fucking Lions. Mm-hmm. Or NFC. If either of the North teams win, one of them will play the Lions.
That division's just so fucking ridiculous.
That's some shit that I would pull in Madden. You ever do that?
There's 3 double-digit win teams in that division.
Yeah, and then the Bears.
Yeah, and then there's the Chicago Bears.
It's the kind of shit I'll do in Madden where it's like I'll put myself on the Cowboys and I'll make the entire NFC East just get double-digit wins and put us all in the playoffs, all 4 of us.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You can't do that with the Bears though. The game actually won't let you put the Bears in the playoffs. It uninstalls itself if you try to turn the Bears into contenders. As soon as you get 4,000 yards with Caleb Williams in the regular season, the game deletes itself.
Oh, okay. I never tried that.
So that's the first round. You got the teams of the bye weeks. You got the Chiefs and the Lions. The Chiefs are just the Chiefs. I think they're gonna win it all this year. I hate it, but I think they're going to.
I think they either fall to the Bills or they fall to the Lions. Those are the top 3 teams right now.
Bills, Lions, Chiefs.
I don't think the Chiefs are going to three-peat. I really don't.
Prize Picks has the Ravens winning it all, which I could see happening because the Ravens have a secret weapon that we haven't mentioned yet, which is Derrick Henry, who had a 2,000-yard season this year.
He was absolutely ridiculous.
Lamar Jackson had the first ever season he had 4,000 yards and like almost 1,000 rushing yards, 4,000 passing and like 900 rushing.
Yeah, he's insane.
Which is crazy. It's really funny still hearing a lot of the people talk about how Michael Vick is the best dual threat quarterback when both Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like I read the other day, Josh
Allen runs like he's a fucking halfback.
Like he's a Tauros, dude. Josh Allen apparently has the most touchdowns scored in the league since he got drafted. Total touchdowns. Even more than Mahomes, which is pretty wild to think about.
I can see that. They're like a West Coast offense, like a weird West Coast hybrid offense.
Josh Allen plays the way that I play Madden. That's how you play.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like Josh Allen is who Tim Tebow should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically.
That's fair.
Because that's what he reminds me of.
Yeah, big-bodied guy.
Just a fucking tight end that can sling it and run over. It's like Gronk playing quarterback, dude. It's fucked up. But yeah, I think the playoffs this year will be good. I really hope it isn't. If the Chiefs or the Eagles are in the Super Bowl this year, you know my rule. It doesn't get watched. I haven't watched a Super Bowl in like 4 years. Because it was Chiefs, Niners last year, right?
I think everybody watches it and like hopes the Chiefs lose.
They don't though, so I don't even bother unless they're playing Tom Brady, and he's gone. He's in the booth.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah,
and also like I'm a Cowboys fan, so just football doesn't exist to me ever anymore. I don't even play Madden anymore. Like I can't even play fake NFL. It's that depressing.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's like.
I know, that's why I'm watching the Mets right now. Because I was like, man, I can't. It's too much. Like, you watch, like, ownership be wicked bad. You know what I mean? It's the same issue on both ends. It's ownership. But, like, until they return to relevancy, it's hard to, like, even bring yourself to watch.
Can you imagine being a 90s sports fan and, like, bandwagoning all the teams from the 90s that were nasty to now?
And then now, yeah.
That's basically what my teams are. You have the fucking Red Wings, the Cowboys, and
the Yankees. Were in the playoffs,
the Yankees won the pennant last year. And the Bulls. I don't like the Chicago Bulls, but they're another team that's just irrelevant. That shouldn't be.
Yeah.
The Cowboys just piss me off. Dak gets hurt. Fucking nobody wants to play for Mike McCarthy. Everybody turned on him in like week 3 of the season, and they're not getting rid of him. Apparently,
there's a reason that Green Bay let him go.
Like, and then
I don't understand. They keep riding with the same shit, and that's the problem. Is they don't want to change anything.
No,
and it's like why?
No, like Jerry Jones is a fucking idiot.
The worst thing that could have happened was Dak having like an MVP season, because then it just goes. Jerry Jones thinks he's doing it right. It was just like more reinforcement to keep doing like that.
It's just fucking. It's
get depressing. A new coach. You need a new coach. You need to get rid of cut like a lot of these guys that you're like. CD Lamb needs to go because it's just too expensive.
So many of the guys, even Micah Parsons has to go. Like everybody has to go.
Dak probably should go.
Everybody. Like it's fucking tragic.
But it's the same thing. Like it's almost the same thing as the Angels were doing, where like they have like big names so they can get people in the stands and make money.
Yep.
and then they don't win games, but so what? They're still making money. They're still bringing people in. You know, when you have Trout and Ohtani, people will show up because they want to see them play.
The thing that kills me too about Dallas, it's the same thing like for Philadelphia 76ers fans or like Orlando Magic fans, where every year the star players get the same injuries over and over again. And it's like, what is in the water in Arlington? Why is Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, why are they pulling their hamstrings every other week? Like, what the fuck is going on?
I know. I wonder about that too. Sometimes Green Bay has like a lot of injury issues, and you're like, who's the guy that's in charge of this? Like,
yeah, like the Orlando Magic. First off,
isn't there a guy like making them stretch or something?
There has to be one stretcher.
Yeah, like
I'm the stretch coach.
I'll be the stretch guy this week.
But like
guys.
the fucking Magic had
back.
3 straight starting players go down to torn obliques. 3 straight torn oblique muscles. That's weird as shit.
Right. Someone's neglecting the obliques. You know what I mean?
I don't even know where my obliques are.
It's in the
oblique area
region.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, football is fucking tragic.
Yeah, I get that. It's tough to watch.
So I hope it is. I want it to be Bills, Lions win the Super Bowl. I want the Bills to lose in the Super Bowl.
I think that's very possible.
That's what I want every year, is for the Bills to lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Every year, that's all I want.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. They might see a first round exit though. Who knows?
I mean, dude, Bo Nix is kind of crazy.
You never know. It's one of those games that it is a trap game in a way, but I don't think that I don't see Denver putting up like 30 or whatever, because you're gonna have to do that to compete with that team.
Yeah.
And their defense is pretty good too.
So maybe the Bills just steamroll the whole AFC.
I think they're really strong. I think they do. All right. So that was our Pokemon football episode, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Our 2 best topics.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that's it. I don't think we have any housekeeping to do. I think that's it. You can go to clearshots.podcast.com. You can go to our merch thing. Buy some merch from the store. You can go to w.gg and use our promo code. Let me get that right there.
Yep.
It's Clear Shots, all one word, 10% off, and you get powder energy, and it's cool.
And I'm learning how to speed run Resident Evil, so tune in soon.
Yeah.
We'll have some Clear Shots plays. Wesley and I are going to try and one-shot Resident Evil 5. He's going to be in California for the next, week or 2.
There you go.
So, some cool games, some good shit.
Yep.
And football is back in America.
Yeah. And not in Arlington.
Not in Arlington. Yeah, there's no football in Arlington.
No, there might as well not be. Just get an XFL team or UFL team. All right, everybody. We will see you in 2 weeks.